So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is back again, and this time we're going to go and see what happened after they got abducted by aliens. Now, last week I said I had my own theory on how Fitz showed up at the end. My theory is based on him having an LMD and having taken the long road, or as TV Tropes likes to say, the slow path. Because if you remember correctly, they can transfer people into LMDs. So perhaps the Fitz we see knows that they're in the future. We'll have to wait and see the episode. Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Episode 5, Rewind. And now, yes, it's Rewind, but it's really the other point of view. Lost had an episode like this that they called The Other Somehow Amount of Days. I'll edit that in. And the whole idea was, hey, after you just saw all of this stuff happen, what happened to the other people that we saw? Well, now that we see S.H.I.E.L.D's going to do that, we know the fact that Gemma and Fitz are finally going to have a chance to get back together. I'm still thinking he might be an LMD, but I'm also really loving the fact that either last week or 2 weeks ago we had her talking to the other Inhuman about being made of star stuff. It, is one of those romantic things that, come on, they're going to be in space, and of course their love couple is going to have that. But okay, for those of you that don't know, what I do here is I review stories as they come up. So TV shows, movies, books, comics, just about anything. I'll do a review like I am now. But I also do theories on storytelling every Sunday, and if that sounds interesting to you, click that subscribe button. This Sunday, I'm going to actually be talking about how come sci-fi always gets things wrong. But alright, this is a time travel series, first and foremost at this point, even though I don't fully understand how their time travel works. We're going to have to wait and see. But the other big thing is, hey, we've got Hunter back. But for right now, if I want to discuss any of that more in-depthly, I need to throw this up. So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time. So in 2091, I think that's what they said the year it was, the main cast is currently being held captive or being held as an indentured servant, depending on which one of them you're talking about. And they're basically trying to become freedom fighters because there's some prophecy about S.H.I.E.L.D. saving Earth. Okay, makes perfect sense. Well, as perfect sense as anything else in a comic book show does. They've had new allies and new enemies. Meanwhile, back now, Fitz wasn't grabbed, so he was grabbed by, I'm gonna guess that's Talbot's crew. Of course, there is no S.H.I.E.L.D. right now because S.H.I.E.L.D. got booted to the future and Mace is dead. And I will say the fact that Fitz was willing to say, hey, look, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Okay, yeah, I totally killed that guy that might have been a superhero. That was my bad. Was kind of a bit funny. But the other thing is that I have to wonder. So, S.H.I.E.L.D., or whoever these people are, mutant registration, whatever, has a place that's off book that doesn't have official prisoners where they're keeping Fitz, and for 6 months he's trying to figure out what really happened. And he actually manages to get it right on his first real guess. They were abducted by aliens. But that's not what I don't understand. When someone shows up and says, hi, I'm his lawyer, they're like, oh, well, procedure says we absolutely have to let that person in. No, terrorists are not given the ability to have lawyers present. I mean, in the real world, we do a lot of shady shit. I cannot for the life of me believe that on a show full of all sorts of shady stuff, they didn't question whether or not that could have been another former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent there. And of course it was. And I was all sorts of happy to see Hunter back. And I was expecting that he was going to be a little gun happy. But when Fitz takes the gun, when they finally find Mr. Wearing an Edgar suit, I guess his name is Enoch, and he's some sort of watcher, only not really a watcher because, that was Stan's cameo. And it's not really him that has the psychic emanation of the prophecy. Remember when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. said psychics weren't a real thing? Yeah, kind of funny, wasn't it? Well, if you also remember, there was a point in time when a psychic could see people's deaths, and his daughter, he made a Robin for. Well, all that time later, she's back, and now she's going through Terrigenesis as well. And her Terrigenesis gave her an even better understanding of the future. And now she's some sort of super prophet that's going to lead that alien Enoch and Hunter and Fitz on this whirlwind journey. And you know what? It was fun. One of the best parts, though, was when Hunter said the whole thing about, even shadows or even lights cast shadow, that sort of thing. It was pretty cool. I also love them going undercover. I always love Hunter going undercover. In fact, the fact that the Bobby and Hunter series never took off kind of annoys me because I'll be honest, those two were fun together, and watching Hunter in action again just makes me want to see even more of it. But okay, I was right about how Fitz was getting, even if my details were a little messed up, because Fitz is going to make it to see Gemma again. He just has to take the long road, or the slow path. I'm not quite sure if it lines up perfectly with the way the last episode ends, but from what I can tell, he set himself so that he would come out pretty much exactly when they were teleported to, and then the travel time would make up for what was going on. Now, part of me says this is a really dumb plan. I mean, if you think about this, when you have all of time to worry, you could have woken up a year before they get there so that you could get the lay of the land, so that you could work. Now, yeah, Enoch says he has a plan in place. But I want you to remember, this is really Fitz's situation. And for some reason, he's the one that just left it to, well, I'm sure something will work out by the time this is all over, right? Alright, so he's got to go save the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and next week it looks like it's going to be that fight to the death that he was the one that pushed for. And it's Quake, the Destroyer of Worlds, against the woman who I'm curious if she's telekinetic or just has super space balls that are tied to her mind. All in all, I'm loving this episode and this season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I just kind of keep wishing that there was just a little bit more forethought put into some of this. But I'm curious to see where they're going, what's going to happen when they come back, and let's not forget the biggest question. Is it actually Quake that destroys the world? I mean, now that we have Enoch can answer those questions, right? I mean, he had to have given Fitz some information before he sent him out, right? And let's not forget we still have some questions to ask. Much like the guest house back in Season 1, we don't know who built that lighthouse, and how far down it went. Now, I will say the fact that Fitz hid a whole bunch of weapons, including the shotgun axe, is cool and all. But since we don't know who hid it, and the only prophecy is from the Robin kid, I'm not really sure how this is going to play out. Or how, again, the whole thought process of who built it to begin with. Not to mention, I'm also curious what exactly this alien race is that's watching that isn't the Watchers. An alien anthropologist that came to Earth to study evolution is a cool idea. Observe and record and not interfere is like, sci-fi 101. But I still don't quite get it, and he doesn't fit in well. I mean, if you think about it, he's been on Earth more than a human lifetime. Shouldn't he fit in better with humans? And another question that comes up, who were the guys who were working with him? I mean, he has the tech that makes people black out for 30 minutes, but he also has people that he can call to kidnap people. Who are those people? And who was it that was allowing a woman that appeared to be U.S. military to just shoot people in the head? And I do wonder if it's a little more information about Miss Marvel than I thought there would be. Specifically, shapeshifting and the beginning of the Skrull invasion that we've heard so much about. But that might be going a bit too far with all this, especially since we know the TV and the movies don't tie in that tightly. But alright, I'm enjoying this. What are you thinking? And what do you think about all those questions I just asked? Let me know down in the comments. And if I get a good reaction, I'll do a video going off of the questions that you leave or your theories next week. If not, I'll see you in 2 weeks when the next episode airs. But for now, if you could do me a favor and hit that like button, share this video, and help me bring my thoughts to others. And of course, subscribe if this is your first time here. I'm here to build a community, and as of the recording of this, I'm up to 83 subscribers. When I hit 100, I'm going to give away a free Amazon gift card to one of you guys for being loyal subscribers. And just in general, even if you don't subscribe, I'd like to hear your thoughts, because it's going to get boring if it's just me dissecting what it means to get to the heart of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. For now, I hope you have a good night, and thanks for watching.